right, boys and girls, so this week, like we talked about earlier in our morning meeting, we are going to be talking about things that are make-believe. And remember, make-believe means it's not real. It's something that's an exaggeration, or somebody used their imagination to come up with something make-believe. For instance, if Miss Wolashek wanted to close her eyes and write a story, she could draw a picture, a make-believe picture for her story, and it could have her dog flying and talking. Now, is that real? It's make-believe because it's not real at all. So we're actually going to read a story today that is a make-believe story, and it's called Jack and the Beanstalk. And let me tell you, this guy Jack gets a lucky and special surprise. He gets some magic beans. I'm not going to tell you where he gets those magic beans, but look, he gets some magic beans that he gives to his mom. And as you can see, Mom is not very happy, but we'll find out why later. But he gets some magic beans, and those magic beans grow a beanstalk. Look how tall this beanstalk is above his house. Now, like I said before, this is a make-believe story. So is there any way for you to get real magic beans? No. So just remember, this is a make-believe story about how Jack got some beans and it made a beanstalk, or grew into a beanstalk. And we'll find out what happens with that beanstalk later on. So that's what we're gonna write for our morning message today. We're gonna write 2 sentences. Our first sentence is, Jack has magic beans. Can you say that? Jack has magic beans. Good job. Let's pat it. Ready? Jack has magic beans. Ready? Superhero powers. Can you count it? How many words? Jack has magic beans. 4 words. Very good. And let's go ahead and write this sentence. All right. Can you help me spell Jack? What's the first sound you hear in Jack? J, the letter J. Jack has. What's the first sound you hear in has? The letter H. Jack has magic. What's the first sound you hear in magic? The letter N. Jack has magic beans. What's the first sound you hear in beans? The letter B. And we're going to put a period at the end of that sentence because we are just saying Jack has magic beans. Now here's our next sentence. Ready? The beans grew a beanstalk. Can you say that? The beans grew a beanstalk. Let's pat that. Ready? The beans grew a beanstalk. Good. Let's count it. Ready? Go. How many words? The beans grew a beanstalk. 5 words. Let's go ahead and write this sentence. Ready? The beans grew. What's the first sound you hear in grew? G, the letter G. Grew a beanstalk. What's the first sound you hear in beanstalk? B, the letter B. Very good. And we're going to put another period here because we're just saying the beans grew a beanstalk. Now, can you answer this question? How many sentences did we write? And how do you know that? Right, we can count the periods. 1 period, 2 periods. So we wrote 1 sentence to this period and our second sentence to this one. Oops, very good. You look at the periods because the periods mean that the sentence is over. All right, let's read it with Miss Wolashek. Magic finger, follow along with my pointer. Ready? Jack has magic beans. The beans grew a beanstalk. One more time. Jack has magic beans. The beans grew a beanstalk. And remember, this is what the beanstalk looks like. And I'm so excited to share this story with you. It's going to be awesome.